Woo, internet! Woo! 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 Guess what it is? I'm really excited because I got this guy today, or well, last night. I got this last night. And yeah, I think we're gonna do another Tea Garden tech review. Well, this one's like a little more in line with what I want to be talking about a little more on this channel, which is strictly video. Today I'm gonna open up this little thing, and then we are going to get an iPhone 7 Plus, which is my current phone. I'm gonna get an iPhone 8 Plus, and then I'm gonna do an iPhone 10. We're gonna do a side-by-side video comparison of how these things look. I think it's gonna be pretty rad. I have to make the rig. I gotta buy a couple things. I gotta go and pick up a phone from a friend. The 8 Plus I have to borrow for a couple hours. But look, they say the best camera is the one you have with you. I couldn't agree more. There's a lot of impromptu candid shots that I get for this channel with the iPhone that I currently have, which is somewhere, it's on the floor somewhere because I threw it. And so I think that, you know, obviously these cameras are getting better and better and better. They don't have a lot of like dynamic flexibility, but the fact that most of these things are 4K shooters at this point. The iPhone 10 has 4K at 60 frames a second, which is a note. Canon, which I'm currently shooting this thing on, why don't you get your shit together? Because if an iPhone that lives in my pocket has 4K at 60 and almost none of your prosumer cameras do, I think you need to re-examine your line. Just got to the park. Got my little trusty gadget here, and we're gonna lay down some footage on a side-by-side with these iPhones. Light's changing a ton. Clouds are moving really quick, so hopefully it doesn't affect the outcome too badly, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do it. This is me walking away. This is 10, 8, and 7 Plus right here. Walking backwards, trying to get the best light possible. Get a little bit further out. This is all 4K. I don't know how the sound's gonna be, and I'm really hoping I don't step in dog poop. All right, these are all front-facing camera. This is front-facing on the 10, front-facing on the 8 Plus, and front-facing on the 7 Plus. Still walking around. I know that at least the 7 Plus doesn't have image stabilization on front-facing camera, so not sure how this looks, but from my point of view, 10 looks amazing. I can't see any of the other ones because they're blocked by the other phones. So, how's this look, guys? I'll turn a little bit more because I was right into the sun. Here's with the sun behind me, so I'm backlit now by the sun. Walking in again, this is 10. This is 8 Plus, this is 7 Plus. How's that look? so that's the footage. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. Obviously, I edited it before I got a chance to look at it. So I'm gonna get back to the house, take a look, and then I'll give my final comments in 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm back at the office. It's the next day. I got up early this morning. I've been editing the footage the whole morning. It looks good, but I have a couple thoughts. First is that it's clear that the 10 has a much richer, more saturated color. And you know, that's okay. I just don't really know how that's gonna play out when I start to grade that footage in post. I don't think that most people that are making these things just for the sake of having cool video of their kids is gonna have a problem with that, but if you use this footage for anything other than that, you may have a grading problem afterwards because the software's kind of made those decisions for us. So that's number one. Number two, it's clear that the best front-facing camera so far is the 10. That makes sense because it uses it for so many other neat features that a bunch of other people on the internet have already talked about, and that's not the focus of my video. But it's clear that it's the best. I should have researched this, but I'm still not sure if it's stabilized. It looks as though it is, which is perfecto. I love that. I did the yep and the at the same time. It's like a new, it's a new thing. I just made up a new thing, guys. Made up a new thing. Then I didn't shoot 4K at 60 FPS just because of the fact that I'm trying to do like comparisons, so I shot 4K at 24p. It's also probably obvious to you that the slow motion on the 10 is a little bit darker and the slow motion lasts longer. That's because we're shooting at 240p rather than 120p, which means that it's taking twice the amount of pictures in 1 second, which also affects the shutter speed. And I'm not gonna go into all that stuff now, but that's okay. It's not a product of the camera being poor, it's just a product of the functionality of the camera. So if you notice that, that's why. Darker slow motion on the 10 is totally fine, completely normal. We should expect that. That being said, I think the slow motion is beautiful. Really happy that we went from 720 to 1080 for 240p. Yeah, I thought that stuff was gorgeous. The 8 still looks like a beast of a camera. Definitely nothing wrong with it. 7 Plus still is a great camera. I mean, when you think of the fact that this thing is just in your pocket all the time, you really can't go wrong. So let's just say that the barrier of entry is that all three of these things are tremendous cameras that you can keep in your pocket. There's nothing wrong with them per se, but if quality matters to you and you want the best thing, I think that the 10 is the best. And I really enjoyed doing it. I really enjoyed watching it. I'm putting this whole video together. I enjoyed watching the footage. I actually enjoyed it so much that I'm recording the last half of this video on the 10 right now. So what you've been watching has been the iPhone 10 window lit. Yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, if you like this video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. If you love this video, maybe you would consider subscribing to the channel. Tea Gardens posts a whole bunch of content on a wide variety of subjects all of the time. So, if this is something that you enjoyed, I would really appreciate the thumbs up and smashing that subscribe button. I just said smashing the subscribe button. I promised myself I would never do it. But you know what? Smash that shit so hard that you break the screen. Here we go. Tea Garden, iPhone X, side by side review. Over and out. We'll see you in the next one.